so na yending community it all has to do with the minority or press conference or more to do with the NCA Ministry of Communication and a SIM card or more a blockade over the weekend. Yene honorable honorable Asan for saying ending Komo our member of parliament for San Rugu constituency and Indi and Komo and Paris. Honorable, good morning.
Good morning, my brother, and good morning to your listeners.
I'm hoping you're doing well today, sir.
You hope I'm doing well?
Yes.
Oh, we thank the Almighty Allah for the good health, but otherwise, the country is in a mess.
You held a press conference yesterday. Can you give us the highlights of your press conference? What were the key issues that pushed you to have this press conference?
My brother, it sounds unbelievable that in spite of the monumental hardship inflicted on the good people of this country through the incompetent management of the economy and the country, the NPP still persists in adding more hardship to an already overburdened Ghanaian. It's mind-boggling that a government of this nature is not even sensitive to the needs and plights of the people in these times of difficulties. That even as the people are battling with this unprecedented level of hardship, the government persists in adding more, rubbing salt into their wounds, engaging in needless measures that contribute to adding more to the hardship. I mean, this issue of this usage of the Ghana card as an anchor for the registration exercise is a completely needless burden that added to Ghanaians. How do you make ultimatums on a document that you don't control? The NCA and the Ministry of Communication have absolutely no idea of control over the Ghana card. So where do you issue and place deadlines on an instrument that you don't control? It doesn't make sense. It's senseless.
It's interesting. It's interesting that.
Let me land on this point. This is coming from the background of where we profit, we gave good counsel to the Honorable Minister for Communication. We met her for the commencement of the exercise and prevailed on her that look, this measure that we are about to undertake, noble as the intentions of the objectives are. I mean, the decision to rely solely on the Ghana card is a recipe for disaster. They are going to inflict so much untold hardship on them. Why don't you use other forms of identification, like the birth certificate, the passport, the driver license, and the most popular from the voter ID card, over 17 million Ghanaians have. I mean, can you imagine if you had we have resorted, for instance, to the addition of the Ghana card and the birth certificate. Over 70 million Ghanaians can just walk to the place and go and have their SIMs done. But now we have other even completed the exercise. But you have a very obstinate government that doesn't listen. And this government, when they even report to listen, they don't hear.
Now,
and so you have this problem on our hands because there's a Ghana card which is largely inaccessible to Ghanaians. Many Ghanaians don't have access to the Ghana card in their millions. So why are you making that the best document? Why?
Now, Honorable, some of these concerns that you are raising, it's a bit interesting to me because you sit in Parliament with this minister who is also a member of Parliament. The NCA is under the ministry that this minister heads. And so one would expect that Parliament having responsibility, some checks or oversight responsibility over all these ministries, having the power to hold the ministers, to question them about these activities. Why are you allowing for the NCA to do this?
I'm sure you are aware, like you rightly pointed out, it's oversight responsibility. And oversight is exercised as a result of certain measures and issues that have come up. I'm sure you are keenly aware that Parliament is on recess at the moment. Notwithstanding the fact that we in the NDC minority have been up to our task to hold them responsible. That is why you have seen us come from recess to attempt to hold the government and the Minister of Communication responsible for what they are inflicting on Ghanaians. Even as we speak, like I said, efforts are being made to even get the entire committee to sit. But it is only at the decision of the chairperson and the ranking member, as well as with Mr. Speaker, because calling members back from recess to undertake that there has some financial implications, which as a ranking member, I don't have. So I'm sure you are aware that this is what we in the NDC are not trying to do.
But the question...
We stand up for the good people of this country who are being unnecessarily burdened with certain difficulties. That should not have happened in the first place.
But the question someone would ask would be that prior to recess, this matter of the registration exercise had been in the media space. The concerns had been there. So why the recess used as an excuse?
No, I'm not indicating to you by any stretch of imagination that this is the first time we are talking. Indeed, when Parliament was in session, we took this matter up on a number of occasions. Indeed, we held a number of press conferences to address the same matter of the resort to the soul.
But
Ghana. We did bring this to the attention of the Minister of Ghanaians. But this is what we are posting. And this is what we are likely to have.
But
I hate to say that we have been vindicated because it's an imposition of action on the people. We have been vindicated. We have said all these things before, and it is coming to pass.
I know instances where you've hauled certain ministers before Parliament. So I am a bit surprised a matter as dear to the hearts of Parliament, you've not been able to bring the NCA boss to come answer questions as much as you've had all these press engagements and press conferences, and then the minister herself.
The minister herself has been brought before the House, answered numerous questions. When we started and Parliament was in session. And the committee itself has had interactions with the Minister of Communications. And then the NCA. I just indicated to you that before the commencement of the exercise, the committee on our side, members of our side, had a full-scale engagement with the minister. At which when she indicated that the Ghana government was going to be the sole document, base document for the registration exercise, we counseled her and told her not to embark on that because it will be replete with so many problems and difficulties that it can undermine the efficacy of the exercise. We told her. And so it is not new. We are not just screaming our heads over nothing because the issue has just reached. We have counseled her before that we will get to where we are getting now. And so there was no need. And that we told her in plain language as an alternative that she should open herself to the resort to many other identifications, like the voter ID card, the passport, the birth certificate, driving license, and other documentations of national character. We pointed all this out. And he said that, look, because the NCA and the Minister of Communications both don't have an iota of control over the issuance of the Ghana card, if they make ultimatums and deadlines, those deadlines will come and pass. And the same problem will be there because there is a critical factor which must be addressed, which has not been addressed. And that is the issuance of the Ghana card. Ghanaians don't have ready access to the Ghana card. And that is the truth. Millions of Ghanaians cannot access the Ghana card, even for those who are going to register. They cannot have the Ghana card. And you know that me and you cannot print the Ghana card. Otherwise, if we had the opportunity to print our cards, all of us would have had the card. So it is only the NIA that can print the card. And the NIA has come to Parliament. Tell us that they have been dealing with financial challenges. What militate against their ability to open up more offices in districts across the country where there are no offices.
But Honorable,
okay, and they have no money to recruit more people to be able to service the demands of Ghanaians to have the card on an urgent basis. So many things have come up. And the NCA, the NIA has made it clear that they are not working to any institution. Indeed, in other words, institutions' agenda is their basis of their work. And that they are not working to anybody's timelines or deadlines. They made all these things clear. And so, in the face of this, how can the NCA and the Minister of Communication rely on the NIA to issue cards to meet their deadline?
But Honorable,
it's unconscionable to anchor it on such a document that you don't control.
Honorable, the point you keep making about the NIA card and the fact that not everybody is gotten the card, could that be the only reason why we are where we are? Seeing that, for instance, anytime there's been, let's say, an approach of the deadline for, let's say, the closure of the registration exercise, we have seen people who have their Ghana cards troop to various, telcos that they belong to in their numbers to go and get their SIM cards registered. Is the attitude of Ghanaians not a part of it?
But let me explain this to you. Number one, where there may be some group of Ghanaians who have the card and don't go to register, have you bothered to find out why they don't go? Some have gone and queued, and they have not been able to do it. Some can queue 2-3 days. My brother, look at the excruciatingly hard and difficult conditions Ghanaians live in today. For you to leave your place of work where you earn something small to go and queue 2-3 days and not get registered, you think you can queue for the rest of the week? You cannot. That's the first thing. Look, the second one comes back to the issuance of the Ghana card. I can tell you that many people who go to queue at that time have just received their Ghana card for the first time. So at the time that you claim that the queues were not there, they didn't have the Ghana card. They only recently got the card. Sometimes some of them very close to the deadline. And so that is the only time they can come there to come and queue and register. So I'm sure that we should not look at it on the surface and just conclude that because the deadlines are coming and people are coming, they have been holding the card and waiting. Many of them actually don't have the card. They only got the card closer to the deadline. And so I'm sure that we should be more realistic with our appraisal of this exercise and accept the fact that Ghanaians don't have ready access to the Ghana card. That is the core problem in this exercise.
All right. Final question. What options are you looking at as a minority in Parliament?
No, we have indicated, the Minister, that punishing people for not being able to authenticate their SIM card is a draconian measure. To a very large extent, many of them have not committed any offense. Why? Some have gone and registered. It is in the bosom of the NIA to issue the card. They have done their part, and the NIA has not done its part by giving them the card. So what do you want them to do? Is it their fault that they have not got the card? So it's not through no fault of theirs, they don't have the card. Is it what merit them in subjecting them to any punishment or sanction? It doesn't make sense.
All right.
In this particular exercise, there are even people who have the card.
So Honorable, my question then again. So what options are available, seeing that these draconian measures are being, taken by the government or the NCA or the Ministry of Communications?
My brother, we have made it unequivocally clear that the panacea to this thing is for government to eat humble pie. The ministries will eat humble pie. And look at other opening up to other forms of identification. We have said that people can use that. Allow people to use their passports. Allow them to use their birth certificates. Allow them to use their driver license. Or the most popular form of identification, the voter ID card. Why are you restricting it to only Ghana card? When you know that millions of people don't have the Ghana card. It doesn't make sense. Why are you so stubborn in insisting that it must be the Ghana card? I heard the minister say that it is anchored on LI 2111. Where is LI 211? Nowhere in that legislative instrument is it indicated that the Ghana card should be the sole document. It only says that it can be a principal document. And a principal document, by that understanding, means that it doesn't preclude the use of other documents.
All right.
So why do you allow these documents, the use of these other documents we are talking about? And we are so specifically linked to the Ghana card that it has become effective. We are making effective of the Ghana card. In these circumstances where people are afflicted with these kinds of extreme difficulties. So I think that the minister must be amplified. Or alternatively, if they can make more financial resources available to the NIA and accelerate the tempo of the issuance of the card, I think that is the best way forward in this matter. Otherwise, for me, they are so insensitive to the plight of Ghanaians, and it looks as if they take pleasure in seeing Ghanaians suffer. That is this kind of the regime we have today. They are insensitive to the needs and plight of our people.
Thank you.
And they don't care whether Ghanaians suffer or not.
Thank you for joining me this morning, Honorable A.B. Efuseni. He's on the Communications Committee of Parliament, sharing his thoughts with us, and on the press conference which they held yesterday,